You are rocking with the Locked and Loaded RN. If you're new to my channel, bienvenidos. If you're one of my awesome subscribers, welcome back. I wanted to show y'all my gazebo. Before I got my gazebo, my outdoor gazebo, I wanted to get one of the hardtop ones, but they're like about, I would say like maybe $1,000 to $2,000. And I ended up getting this one for free. So I was like, should I just toss it and get the one, the one for the thousands, or should I use this one until it's not good anymore, and then I get the hardtop one if I, so choose to. I decided to put, but my major concern with putting it up was I kept seeing videos where the wind would take it away. Actually, before the videos, I had a baby shower in the back of my house one day for someone. I had one of the big double tents that was like 20 feet by 10 feet. And I thought I was doing something, putting some little weight on it. And we had a storm come through. And I literally looked out my window just in time to see the tent like up on the back legs like a horse. And I ran outside and I was calling my mother because my mother was here with me at that time. And then, of course, as soon as I went out, it stopped raining. So after that, I took the tent down and I was like, I'm not putting up on the tent because I'm scared it's going to blow away. And then I'm not going to be home and it's going to be in someone else's backyard or, But I decided, I said, what, put this one up. So I went and I looked up a bunch of videos on how I could put it up. I'm trying to fix this weight. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I watched a bunch of videos on how people tie down their soft top gazebo to keep it from blowing away. And I saw a bunch of ideas, but some people were talking about basically staking it down in the ground. Mine happens to be on cement. Let me show y'all. I have to repave my cement anyway. But mine is on cement, so I couldn't pave it down on the like down in the dirt. So I had to how to hold it down. I went to Home Depot. They told me about getting the cement screws. Speaking of that, I need to go change them. So I had bought those initially to do it, but I kept thinking, I'm like, do I want to drill holes? Because as you can see, my cement already choppy. It needs to be repaved. It's cracking. So I didn't want to use the cement screws and make it crack up even more. So again, I kept looking at all these YouTube videos of how people kept their soft top gazebo from blowing away. And then I was like, I'm going to do a mixture of everything. So my best friend and I actually put it up ourselves. And, don't judge it yet. It looks a little crazy because I just plants yesterday. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do with them. But in any case, this is it here. These are the netted curtains that I have pulled back. Literally, I kid you not, this next day that I put it up, we've had straight rainstorms every single day for the past maybe 2 weeks, literally. So what I really wanted to do this video about, like I said, was to show y'all what I did to keep it down, and maybe it will work for y'all too, because again, it survived about 2 weeks of straight rainstorms that have been windy, and I wake up in the middle of the night and look out like this to see if it's still there, and it'll still be there. So the first thing was, I wish I could have did a video of us and putting it up, but unfortunately I needed my phone to look at YouTube videos because the instructions are very confusing. But of course, you open it up, you stretch it out, and then you connect, I want to say is this part to it, the part that's out like the top, and you do this, then you push up the center and it locks. Then you connect the net. So, okay, that's the first thing I did. Then I went to Home Depot and I bought these weights. They're, I want to say 10 pounds a piece. Or is it 5 pounds a piece? It might be 5. I'm not sure. I think it's 5 pounds a piece. So I ended up buying 8 of them. It's like a box comes with 4. I bought 2 boxes. So it ends up being 8. So I put 2 on each leg and I locked it in. So you see that they're going in different directions because the foot of the gazebo is like a triangle. So I locked it in, and I did that on each leg. See what I mean? It's just moving, so I locked it in. My backyard looks like who did it and why. I'm working on it, y'all. And here was another one. Then I was like, man, I don't think it's enough, because when the wind would blow, it would still be moving a little bit more than what I would like it to move. So I said, you know what, let me it ended up coming, by the way, the gazebo ended up coming with sandbags. So it ended up coming with 5 sandbags. So what I ended up doing, because I didn't have sand, I had these rocks that I was picking up that came, like the people that owned my house before had the decorative, I think they're called liver rocks, if I'm right. I was picking them up because I wanted to change out my decor of the front of my house. So I said, you know what, let me fill the bags up with the rocks as high as the bags can go and still close, and then I will stake it down, or tie this onto it and then stretch it out so that it's held down with the rocks. So this is a lot of rocks, look. And I did that. This is a section where I had the grubs, remember? Look how it stayed. I just put down some grass seed yesterday. I'm hoping that the grass will grow back in that area, because look how awful it looks. So I didn't even let them cut the grass. This is where my pool was at. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna get another pool, and if I get another pool, am I gonna get the soft-sided pool, or if I'm gonna do the steel wall pool? I don't know. Because knowing me, I'll buy a pool, I won't go in it, no one will come go in it, and it'll be a waste of my money. In any case, this is where I put the seed down to try to grow back in the areas where the squirrels ate it up, dug it up. But yeah, I was showing y'all. Y'all know that I'm all over the place. But yeah, these are the bags that I put down. As you can see, it's super heavy. And y'all, it withstood the rain and the wind. I ended up putting my cushions down and putting stones on top of it. Or not stones, but cement blocks on top, because the wind kept blowing them away. And I got tired. I'm like, look, I just put them. I'm not going to keep picking them up and cleaning them. So I put them here. And then when I'm ready for it, of course, I can lift it up and sit on it. Hopefully after this spout of rain and wind passes. But in the meantime, these are the plants that I got yesterday for free. Summer Crush. The only things, I don't know what color they are. Like, I know they come in purple and pink. I don't know what I have. So these are 3 here that are the same plant. I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna put them down in the ground, like in the front of my house, or if I'm gonna just put them in bigger pots and just leave them potted. I'm not sure. This is a lavender tree. I know it looked like it's dying, but it's gonna be all right, y'all. Again, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. And then my sister gave me a bunch of things to start a garden. I've always wanted a garden. My only thing is, y'all know I'm always worried about something. I'm worried that it will cause pests. And if y'all have gardens, what do y'all do to keep the pests, the mice, the squirrels from coming and eating up your vegetables? Because if I could do maybe like a greenhouse, I would do that. But the squirrels in my block are very hood, y'all. They're very hood. Without me feeding them, they're hood. So if I give them a reason, it will be even worse. But I have beefsteak tomato. This is bell pepper. This one, the little paper fell off. I don't know what it is. This is cucumber. Oh, that might be what the other one is too. I think that little one that I had in my hand was cucumber as well. This is, I think, more tomato. Hi, Rocio Soto. Do I sell them? Sell what? The plants? or my vegetables. This is bell pepper. Oh no, I just got the plants yesterday for free. I'm trying to get into plants. I don't sell them though. I probably, oh, this is squash. Yeah, I don't sell the plants. I'm trying to work on being a better homeowner and beautifying my house. Cherry tomatoes. I got them for free. Everything that I'm showing, I got for free yesterday. So I'm trying to actually get ideas on how to care for them. Bell pepper again. And this is cherry tomato again. Do you have a farm? Do you have plants? Do you farm at all? I need tips, Rocio. Put me on. Do you live in the US or do you live somewhere else? I want to have a garden, but I'm afraid about pests. I was telling them that I have hood squirrels where I live, so I'm scared that. Oh, you have a big farm? Tell me what's the secret. How do you keep the mice from being drawn to the garden? I was thinking if I have one, to put it all the way back there so that it's far away from my house. Where do you live? Do you live in the US or do you live in another country? And what do you have on your farm? That's my dream, is to buy a farm. I hope to one day get a farm, but probably I want to do it in Panama or a tropical country. I would love to have a lot of different vegetables and even fruit trees here, but again, I'm just thinking about pests and stuff. When the fruits fall on the ground, that it will call different animals into the backyard. I saw a raccoon about 2 days ago. I got home at night. It was like around 8 p.m. and I saw a raccoon running across the street, and he ran up into my neighbor's driveway. So you need to buy a special what? Like, should I get a greenhouse? And that's the next thing too. A lot of the greenhouses that I see are that plastic, but again, these hood squirrels will eat through the plastic. I had my furniture, the gazebo furniture, I had it covered with a tarp. They ate through the tarp. They're hood, very hood. They're very hood. So I need to have a greenhouse that's glass, I think. What do you have on your, do you have animals? That's my dream, to have farm with animals, vegetables, you name it, the works. So this morning, oh, like a spray, okay. Do you have any that you recommend? The other day, actually, it's funny that we're talking about this. The other day I came home and I went to the side of my house where my garbage, mind you, my garbage bin is rarely ever full. I only had one bag of garbage in it, and it was like half full. I just took it out because I don't like garbage to stay in my house. And when I got home, I saw like the garbage bag ripped, and I'm looking at all these papers and wrappers that are spread out across my yard and my neighbor's yard, like backyard, side yard. I'm looking at the garbage like, this looks like my garbage. Like, you know, like when you know what you eat. So I'm looking in the candy wrappers, the Cheetos bag. I'm like, this looks like mine. And when is my garbage bag that was ripped open and everything spread everywhere. But it was like a mystery to me, because I'm like, if I could see if it was a bear, that, because you know we have bears around here. I was like, I could see if it was a bear that opened up the lid, pulled it over and ripped it out. But the big garbage thing was empty. So I can't picture what animal could reach in, get the garbage out, come out with it, and then rip it apart everywhere. I'm like, a raccoon, I couldn't picture. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating these animals' strength. Because again, I do live in the hood. Rocio, I do live in the hood. So, you know, the hood animals have a different type of strength. But that blew me when I saw that. So I'm saying that to say that I don't want it to call more animals. And worse, like I said, the mice. I'm not built for seeing a mouse. God knows it too. I'm not built for it. It's because I use a lot of spray that okay. So I'll look into that. I'll try to get some sprays And so do you spray them directly on your crops, or do you spray them like on grass around your crops? In other words, or is it dangerous for you to eat after spraying it? I'm gonna try to look into that. I saw about even spraying out around the house for ants, so the ants don't come in the house, as well as spiders. Excuse me. I have spiders that come upstairs from the basement every now and then, so I need to spray my house for that as well. I taught a CPR class this morning, and while I was teaching the class, someone else called me, another dental office called me to teach another CPR class on Monday. So business is rolling in, y'all. I wanted to do a live on my commercial space because they're renovating it, and I wanted y'all to see it, but I got there late, and so I was rushing because there was a lady coming to evaluate me for my 2-year evaluation as an instructor. So I didn't have time to go live so y'all could see my space. But hopefully the next time in there, I can do a video so y'all can see my commercial space and give me some ideas. I'm not good at decorating. I'm at telling you different pieces that I like, but I'm not good at putting it all together. If I go to the store and I like how they have everything set up, you know, in the furniture store, I'll be like, well, let me buy all of that. But for me to decorate, I don't think I have interior decorating skills, so definitely need your help. Rocio, make sure that you subscribe. Who's this asking if they could call me later? I don't know. Just got a text message saying, can I call you later? Sure. Yeah, where do you live, Rocio? Do you live in the United States or do you live somewhere else? And I hope I'm not butchering your name. Y'all know from my lives I'm good at butchering people's names. But I think I got Rocio Soto. I think I got that. Oh, you're Mexican. Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Espero que todo bien. Oh, okay, you came to the U.S. Okay. Hi, Joyce. How are you? Happy Monday. I hope all is going well. Oh, y'all, I meant to update you guys. If you follow my channel, I don't know if y'all saw the video where I was talking about pulling up on the DON to see if she'll sign the contract for my business. So I called her. She told me to check back with her on Friday. Friday I called her, but it was like 3 p.m. Because I had gotten to work at that time and it was busy. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the support. And so when I called her, she didn't answer and left a message, but I figured maybe she went home, you know, early. It's Friday. Then I called her again today, the DON that I met with. I called her again today, and then she called me back and she showed her my contract to her boss, and he said really excited that the contract looks good. They just want to have their CEO confirm it, and then they'll sign it. First cross, I'm hoping that they sign it. If they sign it, I only need one more contract, and then I'm ready to submit my application to the state. I want to go to Mexico. Thank you. I want to go to Mexico for a vacation or for a trip. My nephew actually got married in Mexico, but I couldn't make it to his wedding. His wife is Mexican, and now he lives out there. He either lives out there but works I think he works at the border in California, but they live technically in Mexico. And they have a farm as well. Big farm. I want to sit outside, but the pollen is starting to bother my nose. How long have you lived in the U.S.? Do you like it? Was it a big adjustment for you, or it was easy? Thank you, Joyce. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you like it. Change isn't easy. I've lived in different states, and that in itself is hard enough, let alone moving to a different country. Even when you move from one state to the other, or like one end of the U.S. to the another end, it feels like you're in a whole other country. People like their vocabulary is different, their accent is different, the food they eat. Oh, you're Kenyan. Oh, okay. I have a lot of friends that are Kenyan. Those are sweet people. Oh, you have trouble to speak. Oh, English. You're doing a good job writing in English. You know what I've learned? When you're trying to learn another language, you just have to practice. Even though you're embarrassed to say things wrong, still practice. If you don't practice, you'll never get it. I'm from Panama. I was born in Panama, but I grew up here. And my mother, like I did a video talking about black Panamanians. Most black Panamanians, they speak English. So my mother and both my parents spoke English perfectly. So because of that, when we got here, my mother didn't really teach us Spanish. I learned Spanish from hanging with a lot of Dominicans. So I learned Spanish through them. Because when I would go back to Panama to visit and I would say a word wrong, everybody would laugh. And so I would clam up and I'll be like, oh, I don't want to say something wrong, and people laugh at me. Even my mother, people don't find anything wrong, but they don't mean harm, but they don't realize that when they laugh at you, then you lose the to keep speaking. But when I met my Dominican people, I would say something wrong and they'll go, oh no, don't say it like that, say it like this. And after that, I just learned. Like, even when I went back to Panama, they couldn't believe that I could speak Spanish now. But it's because I practice. And now I work with a lot of, like, 80% of my patients Spanish speaking only. So I practice with them. The first thing I say to them is, listen, my Spanish isn't perfect. And they go, it's okay, I don't mind. And then I practice with them. When I listen to how they say stuff, and then I know, oh, okay, when you say that, say it like this. So that's my advice to you guys. Even if people laugh, keep practicing your English. Joyce, I was talking about Rocio, because they said that they're not good at Spanish, well, at English. So I was giving advice about that. Yeah, I have a lot of Kenyan friends. Actually, where I went, the guy that I went to go volunteer for yesterday at the soup kitchen, the guy that's over God Provides Ministries, he's Kenyan. And then my bosses, the people that own my company that I work at, they're all Kenyan as well. I'm trying to learn some Swahili. That's good. Practice, definitely. Even when you're watching TV, watch things in English with the subtitles in Spanish, so that the things that you don't get or you don't understand, you could read it in Spanish. There's so many birds back here. I would love to put out like a bird feeder, but like I said, the squirrels will just... When I first moved in here, I had a squirrel eat a hole through the gable vent and was running around in my attic at nighttime. At that time, I didn't have furniture yet. You say, yeah, I know how to read, but I do that at work. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I had a squirrel, so I was like sleeping in the guest bedroom, because the only furniture I brought with me when I bought my house was my bed from my old apartment to put in my guest bedroom. And so one day I'm in there sleeping and I hear like something running, and it sounded heavy, just like Dora the Explorer. Yeah. I had something running, but it sounded heavy. So I'm like, what in the world is in the attic? So then I would hear like a scratching, like a gnawing noise. I'm like, what in the world is this? So I go on YouTube, of course. This is like 2 in the morning. And started seeing these videos about people that had squirrels in their attic. Another old lady had a raccoon up there, and the raccoon peed so much that the ceiling got soft and it fell through. The raccoon fell through in her bathroom. So at that point, I was no good. I couldn't even sleep. I was scared. I'm like, what if this raccoon is up there peeing and it falls through on me while I'm in my bed sleeping? So I ended up the next day, and then I also was watching videos about how squirrels in the attic cause fires. So the next day, I called the pest control people, and these people came out and they were saying, I think Terminex came and they tried to charge me like $1,500, but they talking to me about mice control, and I'm like, I don't have mice. This isn't a mouse that's running upstairs heavy. This is something that got some weight on it. And so they kept saying, yeah, but our plan covers this and covers that. I'm like, listen, I want the plan that's a squirrel out my attic. So they said all they had was the $1,000-something plan. And then I called this next place, and they came, they put a trap where the squirrel had ate through it. And I had to pay $700. And by the next morning when I looked out, you saw the squirrel's tail hanging out the trap. I guess he would go out during the day and come home at night, you know, after having a good time out in the streets, ripping and running, come back to go live in my attic. They caught him and then changed out the gable vent. So since then, I'm very scared of the squirrels here, and I don't try to put anything out that would feed them, because it cost me $700 to get it out my attic. Oh, have a good night, Joyce. Thank you for signing on. I hope to talk to you again another time if you're not subscribed already. Have a good night. My phone is dying. I gotta go inside and cook. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I gotta cook something, because once the week begins, I'm ripping and I'm running. I'm gonna run. It was nice talking to you. I'll see you. You know, next time I go live, hopefully we could talk then. All right. Thank you for watching.